Just a reminder that we're going to do a horizontal mat class today, and that is talking about the orientation of the mat itself. So a lot of the work we're going to do today is going to be sideways like this, as opposed to normally we do sort of lengthways like this. So I'm keeping my mat set up the same way, and then I'll just talk to you as we go through everything about how you need to be oriented on the mat as well, all right? Okay, guys, so let's get going. Let's make sure you can see me there, see the mat nicely there. So please come and stand in the middle of your mat. And you're going to be standing sideways orientation this way. So you've got some runway strip to the right, runway strip to the left. Take a look down at your toes, double check that you've got your feet in line with each other. And then, as always, just roll your shoulders back and around a few times. And then pause here. Let your arms and your shoulders settle. Maybe do a little bit of a wiggle of your hips and spine. And then soften your knees. Spread your toes out. Just rock a little forwards and backwards onto your feet. And then take a moment to either soften your gaze or to simply close your eyes and take a moment to settle into your space this morning. Feeling your skin, feeling your muscles, your bones, feeling your connective tissue. Listening to your heartbeat and feeling your breath. Taking a moment to notice your physical body and your energy or your energetic body. And seeing if you can find a connection between the two. And perhaps it means if you were to describe your physical body this morning, and if you were to describe your energy this morning, would the words and the descriptions match each other? And if not, doesn't matter, there's no judgment. It's simply an opportunity for you to notice, and when we check in with ourselves throughout class and at the end of class, maybe you notice if there has been a shift. Taking a nice easy breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Open your eyes. Blinking gently, take a breath in. On your exhale, look down towards your feet and just start rolling through your spine. Let your arms go, let your head go, soften your knees, and you're allowed to go all the way down or as low as your flexibility allows. Remember, it is our first roll down of class, so don't force it. Stay here for a moment. Notice how it feels. Where is the stretch for you today? Take a breath in. And then exhale, start unraveling, coming all the way upright, shoulders relaxed, and then lifting nice and tall, roll your shoulders back and around. We're going to soften the knees slightly, bringing that right arm up and over, going into a long sideways stretch, and then lift up and let your arm come all the way down. And again. Left arm, reaching it up and over for that long stretch and release. And one more time, right arm comes up and over. We're just going to stay here for a moment. Turn your head to look down, and we're going to do little bouncies with the knees. So the bending of the knees is now creating that little bit of tension along that right side of the body. let's just take a few more. Soften your knees, turn your gaze to the front, come all the way up. Just pause for a moment. And now, taking that left arm, bringing it up and over towards the side. Pause here. Look down, releasing your neck, and tiny little bounces. And guys, if there's any strain or pain around the lower back, then don't lean so far to the side. You could be up here and you're still going to get the benefits if that's where your body is today. And breathing with that gentle release. And let's just take a few more. And pause, look to the front. And coming all the way upright. Straighten both your knees and stay right here. Take a breath in, expand, grow taller. Exhale as you nod your chin and just gently releasing through your body. Letting your arms go, letting your head go, and then come all the way down until you can put your fingertips to the ground. If that means you need to bend your knees, then bend your knees. If you're super flexible, you can put the palms of your hands flat. We're going to bend the knees a little bit. Imagine that you're sitting in a chair. And straighten your legs as much as you can. And let's do that again. The trick here, guys, is to keep your hands on the floor. So you don't want your arms or your hands lifting up into the air. Keep rooting into the feet and into the fingertips. One more time. Such a lovely release for the back of the legs. And soften your knees. Take a breath in. And slowly unravel through the spine, coming all the way up, shoulders relaxed, and once again just roll the shoulders back and around. Now, bringing both your arms straight forward, breathe in, and exhale, lower them down. So they're just coming to shoulder height, and again, inhale, and exhale. Now let's bend both the knees. Breathe in. And breathe out. And again, bend the knees and the arms come up. And now let's add a rounding of the spine. Round the spine, bend the knees, reach. And again, bend the knees, reach. 2 more times, getting that lovely curve of the spine. 1 more time. Keep your arms lifted, straighten your knees, lengthen your spine, and turn the palms up. We inhale, expand across the chest, and exhale. So you can start off nice and small. Open the arms just until you feel a stretch down the arms, maybe across the chest, and notice on your own body, does one arm get more of a stretch than the other? And if it feels good for you, you could almost lift the chest up a little bit and take the arms behind you. And let's do 1 more time. Breathing in. And then exhale, just bring your arms to the side and hold it here. Bring your right arm across. I'm doing mirror image of you. And then hook your other arm underneath so you're holding it in place here. You can soften your knees a little bit. As you bring your arm across, maybe you feel a stretch along the back of the shoulder or the neck. If you're not very tight there, you might not feel anything. And then if you wanted to, you could do a little tilt with your head to the left and a little release. And it's a tiny tilt, almost like you're going to listen to your neck and shoulder. Guys, if you've got any issues around your neck, then maybe you just want to keep the super duper small. Don't force it. 1 more time. Tiny little tilt. And release. Let go. And once again, open the arms nice and wide. Maybe move them back slightly. And then exhale, come back to the center. Now bring left arm across. Hook the arm under. And then again, just try to settle yourself into a stretch for the back of that shoulder and maybe into the neck. And if you want to increase the stretch, now we tilt the head towards the right. And a little release. And pay attention to how this is resonating on your own body. How much do you actually need to do to find a release for yourself? No forcing. And release, let go. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, lift your arms up. And just let your arms come all the way down beside you. Nod your chin and let's go into our third and final roll down for the warm-up. Soften your knees, coming down as far as it feels comfortable for you, and then pause here for a moment. Give your head a little shake, maybe give your hips a little wiggle, and just notice if the stretch is starting to release, maybe it's starting to move a little bit. Take a breath in, and then exhale, back you come. Abdominals connecting, rooting into the heels of the feet as you come all the way up to stand up nice and tall. Placing your hands onto the shelf of your hip, shift your body weight just a little bit towards the right. Once you have your balance, bring the left toes just in front of you. Now move your hand to the side of that right hip, so it's that little gluteus medius muscle. Let your hip do a little shift towards the right, and then pull it back and underneath you. You should almost feel like a little dimple on the side of your bum there. And we go. Hip to the side. See if you can keep your head and shoulders level, and then pull your hip back in. So we just keep going gently to the side, and a little pull back in. And it's not a dropping action, by the way. It's called an eccentric contraction of the muscle, meaning that the muscle is lengthening, but it's actually working at the same time. It's one of the best ways, by the way, to strengthen our muscles is eccentric work. And pull. One more time, letting the hip move a little bit towards the side, and then pull back in and hold it here. Now, lift up through the abdominals. Think of a line of energy up through the crown of your head, and then pick up that left knee. Just test your balance and put your foot back down again. Do you still have a connection on that right hip? And we go, a little bit of a lift. And release. Let's keep going for a few more. So you're really focusing on that stabilizing leg, all the way from the right foot up the leg, into the hip, and then up through the center of your body. And release one more time. Focus your eye line, by the way. Now, you can either keep your leg lifted like this to challenge, or put your big toe on the floor again. Let your right hip move to the side, and pull it back in again. Let it move to the side, and pull. We're going to do 3 more. Is something waking up along the side of the hip here? 2 more. 1 more time. Keep lifting through the crown of your head. Focus your gaze. Hold it there. Reach the big toe forward. Now keep the tippy toe on the floor. Bend the standing knee and straighten. And if you need to, if your foot's really close, you can bend both knees. So decide what works for you. And we're going to do 2 more. And lift. 1 more. And lift. Bringing that foot all the way back in. Line up your toes and maybe do a little bit of a hip wiggle side to side. All right, now we're going to start focusing on the left hip here. So, hands onto the shelves. Move your body weight to the left leg. And then just move the right toe forward. Now put your hand on the side of your hip. This is a nice tactile cue for yourself. Let your hip move with control, and then draw it back in and find that little dimple. And again, letting the hip move to the side, and then draw back in. Good. So as your pelvis moves underneath you, as much as possible, you're keeping the rest of your body nice and still. Eccentric work. And And I think let's do one more time. Bringing your hip back and underneath you and you hold it. Now, core connection, eye line. Pick up the right knee and place that toe down. Good, keep it going. So guys, if any of you do yoga, there's a lot of standing balances on one leg in yoga, like the tree pose, for example. And one of the biggest reasons that people struggle with it is because these side bum muscles don't work on a lot of us. So doing this work, exactly this work, is going to help you in your yoga practice. It's going to help you with your balance in general. One more time, you have a choice. Keep the leg lifted or put your big toe down. It's up to you. Let your hip shift to the left and then draw it back underneath you. And again, keep that line of energy lifting up through the crown of your head. Keep rooting into that left foot. So we've got all this information running through our body right now, running from the nerves to the brain and the brain to the nerves, little feedback loop, and it's all coming from your foot. It's all coming from the sole of your foot. We're going to do just one more, wakey, wakey, bum cheek. And bring it in. Now just reach your tippy toe forward, balance yourself, and then you're going to bend your standing leg. And you can either keep this leg straight, or you can bend both knees. What feels best for you? And ideally, we're trying to aim the knees forward in line with the second toe. One more. And bring it in, standing on both feet, line up your toes, and let's just do a little bit of Saturday Night Fever, shake out the hips, and then bring yourself back to center. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice how your standing position feels now that you've woken up those muscles around the pelvis. And for everyone, but especially for women, these are incredibly important stabilizing muscles. Notice how they help you ground. Notice the strength that you're feeling around your midsection, around your core. Open your eyes, blink gently. Let's do one roll down. Take a breath in. Exhale, nod your chin. And let's just start rolling through the spine. Let your arms go, let your head go. Go as deep as your body allows. Relax over, give your head a little shake, give your hips a little wiggle. Take a breath. And then exhale, back up you come. Using abdominals and rolling all the way up to stand nice and tall. From here, I want you to pivot your heels out, pivot your toes out, pivot your heels out, pivot your toes out, and you're in quite a nice wide stance. Now, you just want your toes on a little bit of an angle. Unless you're a classically trained ballerina, you don't have to do crazy turnout. Hands onto the shelf of your hips. You're going to bend your knees, and you want your knees pointing out, not this. Don't let your knees collapse in. Knees out. And then pressing into the feet and lifting up. And again, bending the knees and straighten the knees. So for those of you that do come from a bit of a dance background, you know that this is called a plie. And in French, that literally means bend. Okay, so we're simply going into a bend of the knees, which is a plie. And you can do a demi-plie, demi meaning half, or you can do a grand plie, meaning big or full. So you decide what feels okay for your hips, your lower back, and your knees. I'm more concerned about your alignment here. Now, stay right here, connecting into your center. Pick up your right heel and place the heel down, but you're trying to keep your pelvis stable. Pick up the left heel. So in other words, you haven't done this. You haven't straightened up. and then place the left heel down. Let's do that again. Pick up the right heel. Can you feel how it starts to wake up the bum? Lower the heel. Pick up the left heel. Lower it down. Stay where you are and do just a little bit of a shift from side to side. So you straighten one knee and then you straighten the other knee. And again, you're trying to keep the same level and height of your pelvis. Come back to the center and straighten your knees. Let your arms relax. You're going to do a roll down from here. Take a breath in. Exhale, nod your chin. Rolling forward, you're welcome to soften the knees. Whatever feels best for you. See if you can place your fingertips to the ground. Relax for a moment. Give your head a little bit of a shake. Take a breath in. And then exhale, roll back up. Remember the abdominals, guys. Remember to bend your knees if you need to. Hold on to the wall or a chair if you're losing your balance. And coming all the way up. Let the knees soften. Right arm reaches up. We lean to the side. We come all the way up. And the arm comes down. Left arm up. And over. And lift. And release. Now, just like our warm-up, we're going to add on here. Right arm comes up and over. Now, you're going to straighten the right knee and release. If you need to rest your hand on your thigh, do it. And again. One more time. Can you feel how you're tensioning the sideline? Hold it. Come all the way up. Let your arm relax down. Left arm comes up. Over, going into a side bend. Do you need to support yourself? Do it. And the left leg. And release. And release. Two more. Getting that long line. One more. And release. Coming all the way up. And straighten both your knees. Taking both arms out to the side. They're going to help you balance. You're going to bend both the knees just a little bit. Pick up your left heel and let's do a little in-turn with the knee and an out-turn with the knee and place the foot down. You okay? Picking up the right heel, do a little in-turn with the right knee and a little out-turn, so you're pivoting on the toes. And release. Now pick up the left heel, do a little in-turn, the arms come together. Open the arm and the knee, place the heel. Pick up the right heel, do a little in-turn, the arms come together. And open and release. Pick up the left heel, the arms come together. Now stay here. Straighten both the knees. And bend both the knees. Now, if you're taking any strain in the lower back, then don't straighten the back knee completely. Decide what feels okay for you. You're trying to keep a little bit of a tilt of the pelvis here because that opens up that hip flexor at the front. Two more. Lengthen through the crown. One more. Remember, you can hold on to the wall or a chair if you need for balance. Come center, open the left arm, open the left knee, and place the heel down. Swinging the right arm over as you pivot. Find your balance, and we go. And release. Finding that stretch and opening in the hip flexor. That means, by the way, you guys have to connect into the lower abs. And you still want that line of energy through your crown. And release. One more time. And release. Hold it. Open the right arm. Open that knee. Take a breath in. And straighten both your knees. Take a deep breath in. Reach up. exhale, bring the arms open, nod your chin, and let's go into a roll down. Remember, you can soften your knees if you need to. Sometimes with this wide base of the legs, it might feel a little bit wobbly. Take a breath in, and then exhale. Up you come. Rolling up into standing, and reaching the arms. Now guys, we're going to be going down onto one knee. So if you need a pad for your knee, get yourself a little pillow, all right? Bend both your knees. Bring your left arm across as you turn the knee in. Now, we're going to lower the knee until it's almost touching the ground. And we're going to come back up again. You can straighten your knees or just go halfway. Bring your knee all the way towards the ground. Gives you a good idea where you might need to put a pillow for yourself. This is our last one. All the way down and let your knee come to the ground. Is everyone okay? Relax your foot back. Bringing your hands down. And we're just going to start to move a little bit forwards and backwards. Little bit forwards and backwards. And one more time. And release. Bring both hands up. Find your balance. Get the lower abs. And if it's available to you, look up. Lift your chest. Keep reaching up. And think about opening the front of your body. If you're losing your balance, then please bring your gaze to the front again. On your next breath, releasing all the way down, placing the fingertips, tuck the toes under. You're going to lift that knee so it's off the ground, and now you're going to straighten both legs and bend the knees again. Straighten both legs. Bend the knees. Quite a nice release for the front hamstring, yeah? Long spine. This is our last one. And release. Hold it. Bring your hands onto that top knee. There's a lot of work that's happening right now in that left bum cheek, if I'm not mistaken. Eye line up. Arms forward. Open. Come back to the center. We're going to breathe in, reach up. And exhale, open the arms, nod the chin, and we do a roll down. Remember to soften the knees if you need to. Keep the abdominals connected, supporting your lower back. Take a breath in. And then exhale, unravel. And reaching the arms to the side. Bend the knees. Right arm comes across. Pivoting the back knee. You're going to start lowering the knee towards the ground. We're not going to stay though. And then up you come, either halfway or straighten your legs. Your choice. Keep the lower abs doing their job. And press. One more time. Figure out if you need a pillow, where you need to put the pillow, because now we're going to come all the way down. Help yourself if you need to, and then relax that foot out. Bring your hands down just on either side of your foot, and just do a small movement backwards and forwards. And especially if you've got any knee issues, you may not be able to go back quite far. If you don't, you might actually be able to sit all the way back. Listen to your bodies. And hold. Bring your hands up onto your top knee. Lift your body upright. Now focus your gaze. Reaching the arms up. Holding it here. You can stay here or lift your eye line. Lift your heart. Start reaching. Almost think that you're taking yourself past your own physical body. Open up through the heart and through the chest space. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your gaze to the front. And then bringing your fingertips all the way down. Anchor them. Tuck the back toe. You're going to lift the knee. And now let's start straightening the legs as much as we can and releasing it down. And again. So guys, depending on how flexible you are, you might not be able to straighten the knee. You guys know this. It doesn't matter. As long as you feel a stretch, what more can you ask for? One more time. And now hover the back knee. Walk your hands up. Make sure that your right bum is now doing its job. Focus your gaze. Bringing your arms forward. You open. Both knees out to the side. We breathe in, big reach. And then exhale, open the arms. And just stay here for a moment. Soften your knees. You're going to bring your toes in. Bring your heels in. Bring your toes in. Bring your heels in. And now you're in a V position with your feet. Take a moment to close your eyes. And with your feet in this V position, can you feel how your inner thighs are engaging? Almost that lift up through the middle of your legs and up into the center of your body. Notice in this turned out position that there's a lovely feeling of engaging the bum cheeks, the gluteus maximus. Let your feet root you as your head floats up. And with your eyes closed, let's draw tiny little circles with our body. And imagine if you had a piece of chalk on the top of your head, that you're drawing a circle on the ceiling above you. Stay with your breath. And then let's change direction and go the other way. Come back to the center, opening your eyes slowly. Taking your hands just onto the shelf of your hip. You're going to move a little bit forward onto the pads of the feet and keeping the heels together, see if you can lift your heels off the ground. And then lower your heels down. And again, it's a tiny lift. You're bringing your heels like literally a centimeter off the ground. And lower. Now guys, keep this going. It's a tiny lift and lower. If your leg alignment means that right now your knees are kind of bashing into each other, okay, maybe then you need to separate your heels a little bit and put a cushion or a ball or a folded up towel between the heels of your feet. So as long as you've got your knees together, let your feet do what they need to do, but then give them like a little bit of a prop in between. And lift and lower. Can you feel now as we do this minute lift and lower and you're keeping the heels squeezed? Can you feel the connection up the back of your body into the gluteals? This is why dancers have such lovely bottoms, people. They work in external rotation and they feel the connection to the midline of their body. We're just going to do two more. We're going to do one more. And lower the heels down. Separate your heels so that they're hip distance apart. Bend both your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Turn the palms of your hands forward. Round your spine as you cascade over. And you are going to place your fingertips in front of your mat so that they're quite far in front of you. And we're going to start to bend and straighten the knees here. Bend and straighten the knees. One more time, bend your knees and stop. Now put the palms of your hands flat to the ground. And now move your feet to the outer edge of your mat. So now you're going to step off the other side of your mat. And now you're going to pedal one heel down and then the other heel down. And we're in our inverted V or our downward facing dog position. Push both heels towards the ground. Take a breath in. And then exhale, put your knees onto the mat. and relaxing the feet out. So you have some padding on your knees, but your feet are off and your hands are off. Take a moment to set yourself up, and we're going to go into a cat stretch. Start rounding your spine up towards the sky, pushing out of your arms as you stretch, and then start lengthening the spine. Reach your tail back, lift your heart, and lift your eyeline. And again, exhale, round. So if it feels good for you to do this with your eyes closed, then by all means, close your eyes. Just notice how your body feels as you go through this flexion and extension of the spine. I'm going to take one more time. And we're going to come all the way back to the center. Now, I want you to move your right hand, I'm doing a mirror image of you, over to your left hand, and step it out again. Now move your right hand to your left hand, and step it out again. Keep going, side to side. Feel the transfer of your body weight from side to side. One more time. And center. Now move your left knee to your right knee. And step it out. And now move your right knee to your left knee. And step it out. So, getting yourself used to the shift of body weight from side to side, the core connection that you need. Let's do one last time. Come to center. Let's do a little stretch of the wrists. So turn your hands to face towards you. And remember, if you can't go all the way back, then just go where you can. And then you can stay here, and if you need to ease up the stretch, you can bring your shoulders forward. If you need to increase the stretch, you can bring your shoulders back. And then maybe you even want to add a gentle rocking forwards and backwards. So this is the carpal tunnel release. And depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed, you might feel it more on one side than the other. But oftentimes, if we've got injuries, or if you play a particular sport where you're needing to grip something, handlebars of a bike, maybe the oar of a kayak or a canoe, maybe a golf club, you might actually feel tension on one side based on that as well. And then let's just do one more time. Bring your shoulders forward so that now you can easily turn the hands forward again. And set yourself up so that your wrists feel good. Tuck your toes under, and on your breath, hover your knees just up off the ground. Let's practice a little bit of weight bearing here. Remember, guys, that your head is part of your spine, so don't get your face drop to the ground. Lengthen through the top of your head, shoulders away from the ears, and I want you to think of your chin lifting gently into your voice box. Make sure that you can still breathe. Taking one more inhale and exhale, and then lower your knees. You can relax the feet, place the big toes together, open your knees a little bit. We're going to sit back into our resting position that we love so much. You should be able to get your head onto the ground, otherwise put a towel under your face if you need. And then walk your hands together in a prayer position and bend your elbows so that you can feel a little bit of a release through the wrists, no weight bearing, and a bit of a stretch into the triceps. Staying here for just a few more moments. Stretch your arms all the way forward, spreading the fingers out. And then once again, draw yourself up onto all fours. Set yourself up. And then we're going to do our little adductor release. So we're going to start with the right leg. I'm doing mirror image of you. Stretch the right leg back. And then lifting your foot up. You're going to round your spine and draw knee to nose. Lengthen the spine and reach back through the foot. And again, round the spine. Feel how the abdominal muscles connect to support you. 2 more. And lengthen. 1 more time. And lengthen, hold it. Now flex the back foot so you're pushing energy out through the heel of the foot and circle your leg around to the right. Rolling the big toe down, lengthen your spine, and let's gently move backwards and forwards. Finding that release into that right inner thigh. And we're going to take 1 more. Come a little bit forward to your halfway. Now balance on your left hand and bring the right arm, the same arm as leg, out to the side. And then start coming into a thread the needle. So I would suggest that you start with your forearm to the ground. And if you want to stay here, you stay here. If you want to move it a little bit further, start sliding the arm through and give yourself a little bit of support underneath your head if you need. Taking just a few more seconds here. Notice how this twist of the spine affects your breath. Pressing into the hand, coming all the way up as you reach the right arm out again, and then placing the hands down. Round your spine like a cat. Move your hips halfway back and push up onto the tips of the fingers. So you really have an opportunity to connect your core here. Then roll upright and spread your wings wide. Hold it here. Placing your right hand to your leg. Left hand comes up. Taking a stretch over. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Now you can stay here or you can add a gentle trampoline. 2 more. 1 more. Open the arms wide. Inhale, reach up. Palms forward. Round the spine and cascade over. Let your hips go back a little bit if they need to. Fingertips to the ground. Walk yourself forward. Long spine, palms flat. Pick up the right leg and bring it back. I'm bringing the knee all the way in. Make any adjustments you need to your position. Left leg extends back. Lifting the leg up. Round your spine, knee to nose. And lengthen. And again. And lengthen. Finding that core connection. 1 more. And hold it here. Flex your back foot. Sweeping your leg around to the side. Placing the foot down. Make any adjustments you need. And with a lengthened spine, just a little bit of a release backwards and forwards. Two more. 1 more. Now just come halfway forward and pause. Balance on the right hand this time. Left arm extends. Start coming into a thread the needle. And for a lot of people, because you've got your leg to the side, you might only come to the forearm, and that's absolutely fine. If you want to take it further, you can come all the way down. Stay with your breath. Pushing into the right hand, reaching the left arm out to the side, and bring yourself back to the center. Round your spine like a cat. Move your hips halfway back. Push up onto the tips of the fingers. There's your core connection. Roll up and expand. Placing left hand to left leg. Right arm comes up. Do a little bit of a stretch to the side. And a little trampolining. Connecting into your breath. And just notice as you do this gentle rhythmic movement, how your body softens and allows your range to increase. Last one, coming all the way back. Both arms up, palms forward, cascade, over you go. Fingertips to the ground, walking yourself forward. Long spine, you lift up, bring the leg to the back, bringing your knee in. Just open your knees for a second, sit back. Once again, coming into your resting position. You can either put hands together like we did before, or you might want to try pushing up onto the tips of the fingers just to get an increased stretch around the shoulders. Play with the position that works for you. And then bringing the hands down, draw yourself all the way up onto all fours. And now, a little bit of a challenge, guys. Tuck your toes under, and on your breath, lift both knees. You're going to step your right foot out and your left hand in. And now, step your right hand out and your left foot in. And now see if you can do the opposite arm and leg at the same time. And stop, change directions. So now you're going to be stepping left leg out, right hand in, left hand out, right foot in. And then if you can, you coordinate it. All the way to the other end. And hold it. Bring your knees down. Take a 2-second breather. If you need to shake out your wrist, you shake out your wrist. If you need to shake out your ankles, you do that. We're going to do one more lap. Are you ready? Lifting the knees up. And we go across. Knees down. Shake out wrists and hands. Are you ready for the last one? Tuck your toes, lift the knees, and to the center of the mat we go. And pause in the middle, and relax. You're going to swing your right shin into the front. You guys know this one. Give those wrists a little bit of a shake. I'm sure we'll have lots of comments on our crab crawl in a little bit. Putting your right hand to the ground, just do a little side stretch, and then let's go into a little bit of a twist. Separate your hands so that they're shoulder width. Take a moment to get your shoulders rotated and figure out where your hips and your head need to be. And let's just start small. Little arch of the spine, little press back. Little arch of the spine, and little press back. Let's just take a few more. And release. And 2 more. And release one more time. So good for mobilizing the body, connecting into the spiral line of the fascia. Come back to the center, moving your right hand to the middle of the mat. Reach up, look under the arm, coming all the way up. And now, taking that left leg, stretch it out nice and long. That's it. You're going to flex the foot, keeping this leg centered. Just put your hands in the front. We're just going to stay here for a moment. And it feels like quite an easy position, but the trick is to actually get both of your sit bones connected to the ground and not drop in on your spine. It's about lengthening the spine forward. This is called the half dragonfly. Stay for a moment, take a breath in. And then coming up now, this is a little bit of a tricky one. So if you're tight in your hips, I'm going to give you an option, but otherwise, pick up that left foot and cross it over and see if you can get that bum down. If this is impossible with knees and with hips, then what you're going to do is stretch this leg out and then step that foot over. So decide where you're going to be, either with the leg bent or with the bottom leg straight. And we're just going to sit here. You're going to rest your hands on your knee and you're going to bring your head all the way down. And I just want you to notice the release in the hip sockets and in the hip joints for now. Taking just a few moments to breathe, and you can close your eyes if you wish, make any adjustments so that the ankles, the knees, the hips, the back feel good. Nice, easy inhale and exhale. And then unravel the spine. Take your time as you unfold, and now all you're going to do is pivot to the other side. So give yourself support underneath your hips if you need. Left hand to the ground, bringing the arm over and into a little bit of a twist. Placing the hands, square the shoulders, and start small with a little arch and curl. And then as you figure out how your spine feels with this, how your hips and knees feel with it, you might be able to take the movement a little bit bigger. So just explore it on each side for yourself. Last one. Say to yourself, moving your left hand forward, picking up the right arm, take a little peek underneath, and coming all the way up. Now, unfold your right leg out to the side. We're going to go into that half dragonfly. So the toes are lifted. You want to put your hands in front of you, and then just let your body settle there for a second. We're not going to hold it for long, but give yourself support underneath and hips if you need. And take a moment to feel that both your sit bones are connected to the ground. Coming up slowly. So remember, guys, your full choice now is to bring your right leg all the way over and see if you can sit comfortably. And if that's not available to you, you just take that leg out. Okay, so see what works for you. And then when you have your seat, you're going to take your hands, rest them on your knee, lower your head down, and just breathe. Close your eyes if you like. Feeling the release at the hip joints. Taking one more breath in and out. And then unfold and release. Now, you guys are going to put your feet onto the ground in front of you like this. Hook your hands just around your knees. I'm turning sideways so that you can see what I'm actually doing, but you guys are going to stay in this position. So now, take a breath in. Pull up nice and tall. Exhale, curl the tailbone under. Roll back to get a little bit of a stretch. Take a breath in. And then exhale, pull and roll all the way up. Take your hands out and now roll down onto your backs. So you guys are going to be lying horizontally across the mat, okay? I'm just turning sideways so you can see me. Bringing your feet a little closer in. So the mat should be underneath the majority of your torso. Your pelvis and your ribs should be on the mat. Your head and your feet will be off the mat. You're going to have your hands beside you. Keep the palms down for now. Start to tilt your hips a little bit. And coming up into a shoulder bridge. And hold it here just for a moment. Feel the gluteals connecting. Take a little breath in. And then ripple down through the spine. And release. Now we're going to go a little bit higher. Exhale, tilting hips. Rolling up. Now stay for a moment. Pushing into the heels of the feet. And lift your hips up higher as you come into lumbar extension. Make sure that your bum is still working. Don't let it just flop. Bum and back. And then start to ripple down through the spine. And release. So guys, nothing underneath your head, okay? No cushions. Take a breath. And we're going to do one more time. Coming up, finding the bum connection. Press up a little higher, lumbar extension. Now, start pushing your chest towards your chin. And then I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you bring your shoulders a little closer to each other and see if you can interlock your hands. Guys, if you can't, it doesn't matter. You can keep your hands apart, but just think of reaching your hands towards your feet. So whether or not your hands are clasped or separated, it doesn't matter. We're staying here for 3 more breaths in and out. Hips up, gently extending the spine, keeping the back of the neck soft so that you can breathe. Soften your gaze. 1 more breath in and out. And then release. Unclasp your hands. Wiggle the shoulders out nice and wide. And then slowly, slowly releasing all the way down. And then take a moment to just hug one knee to your chest. Hug the other knee in. Maybe do a little bit of a rocking action from side to side. And then placing your feet down, stretching your legs out nice and long. Now guys, I'm lying lengthways, you're lying horizontally, right? You're going to squeeze your legs together. You're going to reach your arms overhead. And I want you to roll onto your right side. Use your arms and legs as much as you need. And then roll onto your stomach. And then roll onto your left side. And then roll onto your back. You should be over at the one end of your mat. Now, roll onto your left side, onto your stomach, onto your right side, and onto your back. And I keep going the other way. Roll onto your left side. Roll onto your stomach. Roll onto your back. And I'm about to hit the wall. And one more time. Roll. And roll. Come onto your back, so you should be on your mat. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. You watch any 2- and 3-year-olds, and that's what they do for fun, right? So place your hands just behind your knees. And you're going to start just a little bit of a rocking action, kicking with the feet. And you should have padding underneath your lower back, so it should feel okay for you. And then you're going to come up and you're going to balance. Balance, balance, tucking yourself into a tight little ball shape. Taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. And exhale, placing the feet down. And we're going to stay seated. I'm just going to put a cushion underneath my hips. And we should be still sort of in the horizontal alignment here. I want you to sit cross-legged, however it feels comfortable for you. Hands on your knees, and then just do a little bit of a wiggle of the spine from side to side, maybe round the back, little tilt of the head, and then take a moment to just close your eyes. And just take a moment to once again observe yourself. How does your body feel after the last hour of moving, breathing, and connecting? feeling those transitions from standing to crouching to kneeling to seated to all fours to lying down to rolling. Just feeling it all integrate. Physical body and energetic body. How does the connection feel between the physical and the energetic bodies now? If you described your physical feeling in one word, and if you described your energy in one word, do they match? And again, if they don't, no judgment. This is opportunity to observe yourself, to feel. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Blinking your eyes open. Taking your hands down, do one big reach up. And exhale, open. Create some space for yourself. Roll the shoulders back and around. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn on the sound if you guys have any questions or comments. Hopefully it set you up for a lovely Saturday.